Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to teach you how you can install Kali Linux on your laptop, desktop, or virtual machine. So first up, what is Kali Linux? Think of Kali as a Swiss Army knife for cybersecurity professionals. It comes preloaded with a comprehensive arsenal of tools that helps you scan networks for vulnerabilities and helps crack passwords and all sorts of other things. It equips you with the means to discover weaknesses in the network before threat actors do. And you can do this by simulating real-world attacks on your network to identify vulnerabilities and fortify your defenses on the network. A little bit of history on Kali Linux. It didn't start out as Kali. In 2004, it was known as WAPX or White Hat Knoppix. It was built on the Knoppix OS operating system. It didn't last too long because in 2005, they went under a transformation and re-emerged as WAX, or the White Hat Security Slacks, which was built on the Slacks operating system. As the cybersecurity landscape continued to evolve, Kali Linux, or WAX at the time, wasn't content with staying in place, so in 2006 it joined forces with another kindred spirit, the Auditor Security Collection, or Auditor, and that fusion brought two items forth and they rebirthed as Backtracks. Finally, Backtrack was renamed to Kali Linux when they moved to the more stable Debian distribution in 2013, and that's where it's been for the last 10 years. So now that you know all that, let's get started with the installation. You'll want to head to kali.org and click the download button on the front page here, which will take you to the downloads section of the website. Here you can select what type of installation you want. You can go through here and select which one is best for you. But there are really two main options here. On the right hand side of the screen, you can see that here is something that Kali have already done for us. These are pre-built images of Kali Linux that are ready for use. All you need to do is download and import the image into VirtualBox or VMware. If you want a more in-depth guide on how to use VirtualBox, I have a beginner's guide in the description box below, which shows you how to install and import virtual images. On the left hand side, we have the installer image. Here you can download the ISO file, which you can install on a virtual machine or on bare metal, your laptop or desktop. So to download the ISO file, you just have to hit this little download icon here, and that will start the download process. Once you've downloaded the ISO file and set it up as a bootable USB, or you've set it up in VirtualBox or VMware, you're now ready to start the installation. I'll be using VirtualBox for the installation. However, if you're following along at home on your laptop or desktop, the process will be similar to what you see here. Once you've booted to the USB from your ISO, you can now select the graphical install from the menu, which is the first option. Just hit enter here. So first up, you have your preferred language. I'll select English because that's what I primarily speak, but you can choose a different language if English is not your first language. Next up is location. This is specific to you. I am in Australia, but it could be different to where you are. You might be in Canada, Southern Canada, Northern Mexico, or Singapore, or someone else, or somewhere else. Next up is your keyboard layout, and every one of these installs, I like to point out that Dvorak is 1% of keyboard users in the world. I'm not putting them down, I am a QWERTY user, but I've always been fascinated by the Dvorak layout, and one day I'd like to try it out, but not anytime soon. Next up is your network connection. If you have a wired connection, you don't have to worry about this, but if you have a Wi-Fi connection, you'll be prompted to pop in those details now. Next up is the host name. This is your computer's name, so you can call it something like Mike's PC, or John's laptop, or Hack Central. However, the default is Kali, and if you have a pre-configured Kali image from the VM hosts that we have on the downloads page from kali.org, Kali is the host name for all of those devices, and it's also the password, which is not so secure for a pen testing platform, but I didn't make it, so it is what it is. Next is your domain name. If you have a domain, you can go ahead and pop this in here, but I do not, so I'm just going to hit continue. Next up is your name. Who are you? So let's go ahead and pop in my name here. And what is my username? So I'm just going to go ahead and use that. That's fine. And a password, super secure. let's go ahead and configure the clock. I am in New South Wales here. Perfect. So next up is partitioning the disks. So we have a few different options here for partitioning, but I always suggest, unless you know what you're doing, to choose the guided option where you take up the entire disk. This is the most user-friendly and it doesn't require any messing around with manual partitions, and if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to mess something up. You can manually partition if you want to, and you can also set it up with LVM, which is useful for a software RAID or drives that create VirtualBox. And you can also partition with encryption. That way, if someone takes your drive out of your laptop, it would be unreadable in another computer without your encryption key. Finally, you're asked what software you want to install. You can just leave everything as default here with the XFCE default environment and anything else that's checked. This is all stock Kali, so you can leave everything here ticked unless you want to remove something. But that's really it. Kali is now installed. You can leave this to do its own thing, and once it's finished up, you'll be able to sign into your Kali device using your username and password that you said earlier. And you're well on your way into your journey into cybersecurity. If you found this video helpful, a subscription, a like, or a comment is appreciated. If you have any issues or questions, please let me know in the comment section down below. Until next time, keep learning and take care.